John Rivers, and this is the Watchdog Report. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on a hidden driver of your rising electricity bills, artificial intelligence. While big tech sells AI as the future, with shiny apps, endless promises, and billion-dollar valuations, the true cost is showing up on your utility bill. Behind every chatbot, image generator, and AI search engine lies a massive network of energy-hungry data centers. These are not ordinary servers, these are industrial power sponges, drawing as much electricity as entire cities. And here's the kicker. Those costs don't stay in Silicon Valley, they get passed straight on to you and me. Before we break it all down, let's start with this clip that shows how huge the demand has become.
To give you an idea of how much electricity these data centers use, today, a hyperscale data center operated by a big tech company uses about as much electricity as 100,000 households. The largest data center currently under development will use 20 times that amount. Global investment in data centers has nearly doubled since 2022, and in 2024, it amounted to $500 billion. That boom in investment has led to growing concerns about the possibility of skyrocketing electricity demand to power these data centers.
So what you've just heard is staggering. A single hyperscale data center can draw as much power as 100,000 homes. And the largest project under construction could use 20 times that amount. Since 2022, global investment in data centers has surged into hundreds of billions of dollars, and the grid is feeling it. This isn't theoretical, it's industrial scale demand landing on infrastructure that was never built for it.
If you look at the overall inflation rate, it's 2.7% as of July, but look at this, electricity prices are rising twice as fast. And as you mentioned, this is the exact opposite of what President Trump promised on the campaign trail last year. Now, it's true that gas prices are low, right? Erica, you and I talked about that on Friday, cheapest gas prices on Labor Day since 2020.
And the main accelerator isn't streaming movies, it's artificial intelligence. The servers that generate images, run chatbots, and train models are electricity sponges. Watch this breakdown of what one AI task costs compared to a normal Google search.
If you look at it this way, like for example, let's talk about an internet search. If you do an AI search versus just a regular Google search, that requires about 10 times more energy on the processing end to get that answer. If you think about the city of New York, they on a daily basis, their load of what they need to run that city is called 6 gigawatts, which probably doesn't mean a lot to anybody, but when you think about it, by 2030, the country needs 3 times that amount of energy to keep up with the growth of the data centers. So there's a huge appetite for this new energy. At the same time, our energy bills are going up. The state of New Jersey on June 1st said many people's bills will go up 20%, partially because of AI. There's a lot of other reasons, but that is a driver. These data centers are a big driver.
So line that up. An AI search can use around 10 times amount of energy of a regular query, millions of times per day, across data centers that already pool city-level power. Analysts warn that by 2030, the US could need multiples of today's capacity just to feed server farms. The new demand doesn't disappear. It gets priced into your electric bill. And we're already seeing it. Utilities aren't absorbing these high costs. They're passing them on. Here's one example.
In fact, if you're living in the state of Maine, you're looking at a 26% increase in residential electricity prices. In my home state of New Jersey, 25%, double-digit percentage increases.
20% in a single notice. While wages lag and groceries are up, families are rationing AC, seniors are worrying about medical equipment, small businesses are cutting hours. Meanwhile, big tech announces new AI breakthroughs each week and treats power cost as somebody else's problem. According to this article on Axios.com, I'm putting it up on the screen now, the picture is even clearer. Data center growth is exploding. Utilities are racing to keep up, and the financial risk is being socialized onto the public. The companies driving demand aren't footing the real-world costs. We are. Here's the plain truth the industry won't say out aloud. AI doesn't run on magic. It runs on megawatts. Tech giants frame this as inevitable progress, but the business model only works if households subsidize their power appetite through higher rates. Utilities, protected by monopoly structures, have every incentive to push through increases rather than challenge the biggest customers or overhaul how the grid is financed. We are told AI will make everything efficient. Yet the first measurable efficiency has been on their balance sheets, not on our bills. It doesn't have to be this way. Policymakers could, for example, put surcharges on energy-intensive data centers to prevent cost shifting onto households, or tie new permits to clean power build-outs funded by the companies causing the demand. They could cap abusive rate hikes and require profit reinvestment into the grid or into grid modernization before shareholder payouts. If you can afford billions for your AI campus expansions, sure, you can afford to pay for the energy footprint and not send it to grandma's lighting bill. So the next time you hear a politician brag about cheap energy or a CEO selling the AI revolution, ask the only question that matters: progress for whom? Because for millions of Americans staring at the double-digit hikes, this feels less like innovation and more like extraction. This is the Watchdog Report. If you want accountability reporting that connects the dots and doesn't let powerful players hide the bill, hit the subscribe button and share this video. The more people who understand what's driving these costs, the harder it becomes for them to pass them on in the dark. I'm your host, John Rivers. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.